Welcome to 108 Gate. We are again going to be doing a Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine reading combined, just because there do seem to be a lot of energies kind of coming to some kind of harmony, which is not surprising as we do see Chiron at 15 degrees Aries drawing closer and closer to true node 17 degrees of Aries. So those are coming closer together, as well as the one I mentioned earlier in the previous reading. We've got Uranus at 19 degrees, Jupiter at 7 degrees, and as Jupiter is a faster moving planet, it is going towards Uranus. So that one is more likely around April, but like I said before, in my practice, I'm kind of preparing for it end of March, by March, because there's so much going on. You kind of want to give yourselves that leeway of things coming up that we don't quite expect. So for those of you who want the tuning fork, here it is. We're doing the heart chakra. Those of you who do not, you can put it on mute, and then when I come for the cards, then you'll see that the reading is ready to begin. So for now, 3 heart chakra tuning fork chimes. So the level of intensity of that, I might actually do a bonus 4, so a bonus 1 at the end, because that was quite something. So hope you are well. Hope you are utilising the things that are coming up. Hope it's useful. So let's get into this. True feelings. Within you is all you need to know. So as I was doing the heart chakra tuning fork right now, one of the very significant energies that seems to be coming up is the realization of things, the realization of who people really are, the realization of what's important, what's not, and kind of where we've been distracted or diverted from things. So let's get the next one. Self-acceptance. With the self-acceptance, again, that's that level of self-forgiveness needing to be coming in, because of as we have been distracted, as we've kind of diverted into other things, we haven't been paying attention to some of the things that we needed or some of the things we wanted, and we've kind of put our face in the wrong direction, is what I'm hearing. So as we turn to the sun, as we turn to where we need to be facing, where we're turning towards our I don't know why it's coming, I can hear really loud, our destiny. I'm not even sure how I feel about that, but that's not on me, it's about just doing the reading. As we turn our head and our face and our steps towards our destiny, it's bringing in a very interesting energy of realigning. Right, I'm going to just let it come in, because it's really strong. Power. Take hold of what you know is yours. This is definitely an energy of there's no time to wait for others. There's no need to wait for others. There's no need to explain yourself to others. It's literally coming in as where you may have waited for someone else to catch up because they're slow to do things, or they're slow to catch on to things, or they're slow to understand the magnitude of what you're dealing with. There's a definite feeling of not being there anymore, not going there anymore, because you just simply can't. The level of guilt, or the level of this is like an energy of blaming self, of like, well, if I had done more, if I had done this, if I had done that, they'd actually understand the point, they'd actually know what to do, and they'd actually be able to come with me. But you can't pull everyone with you. So again, some more splits happening, or some reflection on some of the splits that have been happening, and understanding that you just got to go in the direction you've got to go in. So King of Swords coming in, a very masculine energy, understanding that some practical things are just the way they are. So for example, if I don't know, right, wow, okay, so this is coming on as a masculine energy, this is coming in as the feminine energy. I am going to get the feminine and masculine cards. So this is coming in as, there's some things that are just practical. If you don't have the resources, you don't have, it's very matter of fact, it's very practical, it's very, this is what it is, deal with it and just do what you got to do. You've only got this much amount of wood, you can only build a so big structure. If you had more wood, you could build a bigger structure. If you have less wood, it'll be a smaller structure. So literally very matter of fact, which is great because it's making things less self-blaming and more self-acceptance. You can only go as far as you have the resources to do. So if you've been limiting and restricting yourself because of others, you've limited and restricted your own resources. The realization of that means that now it's going into that space again. It's coming up as self-forgiveness and accepting that yes, you're a kind person to a fault. Yes, you may have been a considerate and compassionate person to a fault. So bringing it into that equilibrium, bringing it into that healthy space of this has to happen in a way that's actually going to be beneficial. So those things that were not beneficial for you, you're bringing those to an end, which are going to start bringing the wheel to some motion, movement again. It's going to be very emotive. There was a lot of energy coming in the heart chakra. The heart chakra felt as though it was being activated with energies of some kind of regret that I'm sorry I wasn't able to do more, but at the same time it is what it is. I have to move on, I have to go on to the next steps. Now I'm getting hiccups for some reason, I'm not sure why. And this is going to take a level of strength. For those of you on the journey, for those of you doing it in the way you've got to do it, I have no worries about if you can do it or not. It's kind of you can state your truth, you can state the facts, you can state what you need. If it comes from the source you want or from the person you want, that's not really on you or up to you. It's kind of like send it out to the universe, and it might come in from a different place that you expect it. It might come in from a different in a different way that you expected it. And so this is where this self-forgiveness is necessary, because you may have been holding on to a particular outcome, to a particular way of things being, and it hasn't panned out that way. So it's not that it's your fault, it's more to do with moving in another direction which is more suitable for you, moving in a direction which is more appropriate for you, which creates a stronger foundation, which creates, and it's not even a foundation as in the structure I was talking about, is your solid foundation within yourself. So you're standing on your 2 feet and you're feeling the firm ground under you, but also you're feeling that your feet are firm on the ground in a way that you may not have felt either in a long time or before. Some of you may not have felt it like this before, because you were seeking support from others, you were expecting support from others saying I'll help you, and you're waiting for it to come in, and that you haven't done that. So 7 of Wands coming in, this conflict is definitely emotional. This conflict is definitely things not being the way you wanted them to be, but it's not about being hung up on it and then getting stuck in it. It's about let's move on from it and make the most of it. So you've got, I'm going to put this on just because it's popped out. So going within, like I said, it's emotional. This internal struggle is significant. It's gonna be the opportunity for you to shift things around. It's going to be the opportunity for you to see things in a way that you may not have been ready to see before. But the thing is, if you don't do it now, when are you going to do it? I'm just going to turn that light off. Like 20 lights on. Is that better? Right. So when you've done certain things, they may have come out in different ways. you may have not expected certain things to happen the way they have, and you just there's a disappointment there. There's a level of disappointment. There's a level of I wish it could have been this way or that way. This is 7 of Wands. It's just not showing up here that way. Sorry, it's not much. I don't know why the cameras. Make sure you can see them. King of Swords, being truthful. Hermit with the Hermit. This is an inner journey all day long. I don't know why I say all day long. This is an inner journey. It's a journey which you definitely have to do on your own. I think the grasping is going to become less. Where you have been grasping is going to be becoming apparent to you, so that you can let go of that grasping. Having that that Four of Wands, understanding the feeling of the courage, the feeling of the strength increasing, and feeling yourself kind of standing on your own 2 feet and taking this next step with that courage and strength within yourself, with that understanding that I actually do have what it takes. For some reason I became complacent. For some reason I got myself stuck in waiting for others to come and help me and support me. I wasn't aware of how I could do this by myself. I wasn't aware of how strong I actually am. I wasn't aware of where others have depleted my inner power or my inner strength. Depleted energies, depleted power, depleted resources from others. That energy coming in, which got you stuck in certain situations, it's unraveling. And I'm glad that I did follow my intuition and just kind of like do the divine feminine, divine masculine together again, because it is something that's kind of got to come apart to be able to come together. So this is coming to an end, which is going to allow the wheel to move forward with a certain level of strength that you've been kind of seeking for a long time. And as you've been seeking it, you have come across there's like nuts and bolts. I'm seeing nuts and bolts and knots in string that they haven't made sense. They haven't kind of, I don't know why that knot's there in that string. Why? How did it even happen? How did it even get there? I don't think that's even the point at the moment. It's just a matter of there's a knot in the string. Let it unravel the quickest and best way possible. And as it unravels, it's revealed. There's no extra time required, no extra energy or effort required to kind of try and undo the knot. You allow the knot to undo and it's undone. So that saving time is effectiveness, efficient, and it's also meaning that you're not investing energies of your emotions the way you used to. So true feelings, how do you truly feel about things? If you're hurt about something, have you just been telling yourself, no? What I mean by that is, have you been making excuses for people's behaviours? Have you been kind of telling yourself, well, they did this and this, they said this and they didn't do that, whatever it is. And then you say, well, they may have been busy. Just not making excuses for it, basically. And this is going to help you from King of Swords move forward with some of the clarity. The King of Swords up there has definitely got an amount of clarity which is not known to you currently, but it's going to be there kind of at your disposal. As you need it, it's going to come in, and then you're going to move the next step forward. As you need it, more comes in, and then you move the next step forward. So it's interesting how this is going to be playing out. Be gentle with yourself. I'm going to say that, because if you think about it, you've been locked in this entanglement, this kind of entanglement. To bring this to a close, it is going to be possibly requiring some self-care. So Queen of Swords over here, King of Swords over here, Knight of Swords here, moving it along. Queen of Swords definitely supporting the emotional well-being, definitely supporting the emotional reality and the emotional truth of things. And how much have you been hiding from your own true feelings? That just feels like it needs a full stop. That has to be shifted, that has to be changed, it has to be understood to be able to reclaim your power. It has to be understood so you know which way am I heading now. This does seem like it's going to be a right slow right down. It might even feel like it's come to a halt. So I'm seeing her swinging like a pendulum, but then there's that moment when it goes up and then it has to go back down, and it's almost as though it stops, but it hasn't stopped. It's just held in suspension, ready for the momentum to go that way. So feeling that, and I know we've done this before in the past channel, it's literally like we're doing some time shifting. So it's going to feel like things have stopped, but they're not. It's just a matter of that process of things disentangling. So if you think about if you were to lift her and move that rope, then you can disentangle her from the rope. But if she's just got that pressure holding her on that rope, it's going to be more difficult to disentangle her. Same as these two here. They're in that rope. She's in that rope. It's a matter of like making sure that you've got the slack. You have enough slack in your emotion. You have enough slack in your thoughts. You have enough slack, giving yourself some slack, so to speak, to be able to feel these emotions and truly understand where you're going to move forward next. So, I know it feels like a short one. I don't know how long it was. It does feel like a short one, but it does feel like that's all we need to know for this one, because there's more entangling and disentangling possible. So we don't want to focus on the entangling. We want to focus on the disentangling. So allowing self to disentangle, allowing self to be truthful about what we truly feel about things, accept self. It doesn't mean you're a bad person to let go of certain things. You accept that, you know what, I gave as much as I could. It wasn't appreciated. I gave as much as I could. And kept making excuses. I kept like giving them benefit of the doubt, kept letting them have a second chance, third chance. No longer, because enough is enough. And now it's my time. I've got to do what I've got to do for me. So bringing your power back to you, bringing your power back to your energy field, your auric field, your consciousness, your subconsciousness, your whole being, your heart. So those of you who are leaving us here, personal readings, it's 108gate@gmail.com. For those of you who are ready for the tuning fork, I'm going to do 4. So enjoy. Heart chakra tuning fork. Here we go. For now, peace and love.